Okay, I met you on Saturday, and the music was quite inviting.
Good.
So I'd like you to firstly introduce yourselves, your names, where you're from, and then the group.
Okay.
Lovely start, girls first.
Okay, so I'm April Bazaza. I'm from the UK, but I've been here in South Africa for about 11 years. I play woodwind in the band.
And I am Chido Chashe Nyamandi. I'm from Zimbabwe, and I'm the lead vocalist for Can of Worms. I've been in South Africa for like 6 years now. No, in East London, sorry. I've been in South Africa for quite a long time, but in East London for 6 years.
And my name's Steve Mazi, and I'm the drummer in the band. Also do a little bit of writing of the lyrics and some of the melodies. And yeah, that's me. I'm born and bred East London man, proudly East London. Yes.
He's from Germany.
Yeah, Cheetah often says, because it's the Mazi, my surname, Mazi is a German descendant from them, so maybe my grandfather's grandfather was German. But Cheetah likes to say that and make me a little bit more exotic.
Like when we were introducing the band in the song, Steve Mazi from Germany.
Just to get the surname right.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
And the next thing is, went onto your website, listened to the music, mesmerized, and I was like, okay, there's something I need to figure out. The name.
Yeah.
So why Can of Worms and why Can of Worms SA?
Okay. It's Can of Worms. The name was just founded quite randomly, really. There was no great big story. But the more the band gelled and came back together, it was appropriate that we were a really mixed bunch. And opening up that can of worms was going to happen. And what was the other part of the question? Was
Why Can of Worms SA?
There's another band in France called
Can of Worms, a heavy metal band.
Yeah, they're hard.
We have a very different sound to us.
Yeah, they're very different. So if someone's looking for Can of Worms on the website,
They pop up.
Yeah, sometimes they pop up, and then different genre completely.
Yeah. So for me, I think Can of Worms represents, we're all from such different cultures and backgrounds. So it kind of represents like the group all coming together from different places.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
It's fun.
literally a can of worms. You never know what you're gonna get once you open it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a beware.
Yeah, like
Don't open
beware.
that can.
You know?
Are you generally close, or do you just come together when you practice and stuff?
Yeah, we don't like it.
We actually brother and sister, same mom, different dad. But we are great friends, and
we come together to practice. We all have our totally different lives, but we do gel like on a personal level as well. All of us. I feel like there's quite a strong like bond between us. We chat a lot of rubbish.
For April, we don't.
We don't really resonate with her.
We have a
It's
separate
weird.
group for April. If there's something we don't want you to know, then we don't check on that.
Thanks, guys.
Now I think I know who the funny guy in the group.
And there's only one guy.
There's only one guy and two girls.
And you described the group as a collective of musicians, and of course you play the what you call
The sax and the flute and clarinet.
And the other lady plays
The violin.
violin.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
what
keys.
I found interesting is how that sound just comes together. I was like, okay.
Can of worms.
But I found that I struggle to place your music.
Yes.
How would you describe your music?
It's actually something that we struggle with sometimes as well. Because all of our songs are different. We have a very collaborative writing process. So sometimes Steve will come with like a background to the song or a basis or the lyrics, and then everyone has like their own musical input. Or Yako often comes with a riff that's got whatever kind of feel to it, and then we all put in our musical input. So then everything kind of comes out a bit differently.
Yeah.
So some songs, like we've got songs that are kind of like Afro jazz, some songs are pop, some songs are classical. So it's actually, I would say each of our songs, thank you Steve, has a different genre at the moment. we sometimes use the genre world music, which fits quite nicely with the Shauna lyrics as well, and the classical instruments. And Steve plays djembe in some songs, which also kind of
Complements
The
the whole.
African flavor.
yeah.
Yeah, because I got home and I was like, I was telling my wife, look, I met this group. They play so well. And said, what genre? Afro pop? I said, no.
It's
said,
not.
What? Jazz? I said,
No.
No. Yeah.
Because we're the Worms, sometimes we call it underground music.
Okay.
Because we're underground. As
As worms, the literal worms.
So,
But it's a different sound. I love it.
Yeah.
You know. I can't wait for it to explode and see what people's response is going to be.
Us too.
because we come from a small town, Lucky Stanton, which we love, but it's quite difficult sometimes being in a small town where music is happening in the big centres like Joburg and Cape Town. I think what would happen is, because we have commitments here and stuff, we would travel to festivals or shows and then come back home, regroup, and then go to the next venue and stuff. But always would come home here, you know. We have families here, and, rooted here.
But then how has the response been, both locally and when you go out?
We've always had a great shows and great
Feedback.
and we have got quite a nice following. So we often see the regulars, and you know, they're from youngsters to grannies, hippies, and everybody in between. So we're starting to get a nice following together. We want to be a happy, feel-free kind of band, you know, with the world being so negative, trying to keep optimism
Positive
and
all the
it's going to
time.
be okay. It's going to be all right.
No, but you do get that in
get
the
that
music,
vibe, yeah.
and also in your personalities.
Yeah.
Because I was watching you on stage. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, these people are different, but you know they come together so well.
Yeah.
You know, and then I watched a couple of music videos and I still picked the same vibe.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
think
That makes me
that's
really,
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's really nice to hear that coming from someone who's experienced.
And then you have a single out. Damn, babe.
Titambe.
Yeah, I think Chido's gonna have to tell us what.
Definitely.
Titambe, well, let me first describe what the word means. It means let's dance. It's a Shona word. Since I'm from Zim, I speak Shona. It's like the main language there. So Titambe, how it came about, it was actually inspired by us trying to get into the African vibe, like the Afro jazz vibe. And I remember trying to help Steve get that groove because he comes from a rock vibe. So he's into that rock drumming, you know, and I come from an Afro jazz, kind of Afro pop vibe, traditional music and stuff. So I remember trying, there's actually a video that I took, it's probably on the group, when we're trying to, you know, because Afro vibes has that offbeat and it's kind of complicated. So in that whole moment of trying to get that rhythm out, the song actually came out, you know, from that whole experience. And I remember, like what April says, if one guy comes with a riff, we all like dive in and put whatever we're feeling, and then we project that onto that riff. So that's how it happened when he was playing that vibe, playing that drum. Titambe came, and then the lyrics of the song, they mean let's celebrate. You know, if you're dancing, obviously you're dancing to something. It's either you're dancing to being happy or dancing to finally achieving something or whatever the case might be. So Titambe is a song that's talking about somebody finally getting, you know, into this whole environment where everything is just manifesting. You know, whether it's music, whether it's your passions, they're finally coming together and you can't just help but to celebrate. You know, but you're not celebrating alone. You're celebrating with the people that actually share the same vision.
Oh, okay.
We often end our set actually with Titambe,
It's Titambe,
and by the end of it, everyone's like up
Everyone's
and
like,
dancing, and then there's like this whole little dance
like-
section in the middle. It's actually very fun.
And they don't understand what's being said, but you can tell it's a jolly song. You know, it's a good
feel-good
fun, it's a feel
Yeah.
good song.
And Chido does a couple of things like move to the left, move to the right, and she gets the crowds going, and everybody's doing the moves, and so it could be the next Macarena.
I almost forgot I was recording on Saturday and wanted to go and start a bus, you know.
Brilliant.
Okay. Yeah. So guys, tell me, what are your plans? Where do you see yourself? What are you working towards? And where are you going to be playing next?
So we're playing next at Tea in the Trees on New Year's Eve. There's a kind of outdoor food festival market there, in Cinta West. So we'll be there. There's another band of ours another band who are friends of ours called On the Wings of Eagles. So it'll be them live and us live, and then food fests and kind of a end of 2020 celebration, which will be nice. Yeah. And our plans?
I think in the new year, I think we've spoken a lot about recording our material because we've got quite a lot of songs, and we need to put them down and get them out there because of Rona being a little bit, there aren't going to be many live shows and stuff. But I think we should also mention our fellow band members. So
Yes,
just say who they are. We've got Yaku
Master.
on guitar. Yaku Engelbrecht.
That's it.
And then we got
Uncle
Dalina.
Delina Mustard
Mustard.
on violin and keys.
Violin and keys. And we got, who's that guy who plays bass?
Uncle Dave.
Uncle Jimballs.
Melanson.
Yeah.
With 3 L's. Melanson.
Yeah, unfortunately they couldn't be all here today, but
They're wrapping our Christmas presents.
So they've done their Christmas shopping.
Yeah, they've got
Steve hasn't. I'm going to shame him. Steve hasn't done his Christmas shopping
I'm
yet.
going to go do my Christmas shopping now at the crazy store.
Oh yeah, that's a quick.
Yeah, small crazy store. I'm done. And pep.
Interesting enough, I forgot to tell you, I was speaking to Ilna this morning about their next event, and this caught my attention. She said we want to make sure that we bring quality, quality stores, quality service, a good environment, and the music as well has to be quality. And she announced the next person who's going to be there. Okay. But to me, it said, in her mind, you guys are quality, and I agree with that.
Great, that's really nice. Yeah, really good to hear.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
We put a lot of time into the music. We it costs us to be in a band.
Sacrifice a lot.
It costs us money, it costs us time, but it's something that when we go 2 weeks without playing, man, there's something missing.
You're so grumpy.
on the group chat, when we're getting together again, and it's difficult getting 6 people together. We all have day jobs.
Staying in different places.
We all stay far away.
It's a lot of commitment. But something that we wouldn't change. It's part of us. And to share it with these ladies and my other band members, it's amazing. It's just, a group is really having the right people, feeling the same vibes. It's so important.
And I think that, as you said, you enjoyed that part of the show and at the weekend. Our vibe that we feel between us, we're starting to really be able to portray it out to the audience, which is really special. It's like we've got to that point where we're comfortable enough with each other to actually send the energy out
and be vulnerable with ourselves and actually share something authentic.
Yeah, it's very enjoyable. I love it.
And we've had some special moments at the Arts Theatre Club in East London, where it's a lovely theatre, and we actually put on a show. There was a storyline to it. Chido was narrating it, and it turned out to be all the songs we're following in, and it became a story. So we're becoming storytellers as well.
They were my favourite shows so far. I think
they were so beautiful.
The crowd responded. It was beautiful. Lighting, great sound. It makes such a difference.
Yeah.
And it was our gig, like it was in our name. People actually came for us. And to be able to deliver that and to share that energy with them was just so rewarding.
Yeah.
So is it recorded anywhere?
How I wish
Bits and pieces.
It's bits and pieces are like we say, we're still starting up. So there's a lot of things that we wish we had, like to have a guy who, who appreciates us and follows us around and makes sure that they take each and every moment when we're on stage. We would love that. So certain moments like those, we wish they would have been captured. But whatever that we have, with where we are going, we're going to start doing that when the time is right and when we can afford.
I think it would be lovely to have a big worm family. Where we have someone who's a photographer friend,
Yes.
someone who's a filmmaker, someone who's a writer, and document all this stuff together and be part of the worm invasion.
No, that would be lovely.
It'd be lovely.
The band just
That's
really
it.
Yeah.
People with different skills, because we would love to in turn help other people in their creative
Process.
movement as well.
Also, in terms of following, this being a new sound. I'll give you an example. I went on YouTube, and I think we have about 3 or 4 videos there. And I think because you're still getting the hang of the sound, after the 4th one, you're like, we want more, is that it?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think it would be nice having someone, recording
To document the process.
documenting and putting stuff on social media platforms.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, guys, my last question. How do we contact you, or if people want to know more about you, where can they access you?
So we've got our own website, www.canofworms.co.za. We're quite active on social media, on Instagram and Facebook. Our tag is @canofwormsSA. That's the main places, hey?
Chido's single, so if any single men out there, numbers 087.
Oh my gosh! How did you get here?
Just ask how can you get hold of Chido?
I'll take my glasses off for this.
Okay.
Are you taking your glasses off for that, or are you taking your glasses
So she
off
can-
for the camera?
She can look at me and see, I'm also taking mine.
Oh, you also take it. Well, here we are. Well, they always tease. Anyway, let's not get into that.